Hey, what is going on YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Serious Addictions with your host, LL Spanky. Please, if you do enjoy these videos, I know this is really cliche, but do like and subscribe. The only way I'm going to get more noticed or get more views is if people, share it at the end of the day. And I think that I could get a good message out there, and that's what the whole point of this channel is, to kind of unite people and give information. And on this episode today, what I want to be talking about is the changes you can make, or the most influential changes you as a person can make to either get sober or stay sober. And I'm going to speak from experience on this, and also from what I know just from other people and how they've done it and things like that. And I don't want to be too repetitive about this, or stick one subject down, one thing down your throat. But there's a lot of changes that really do have to be made if you truly intend on staying sober. Because the sad reality of it is, a majority of your friends you are going to have to cut loose at the end of the day, because I know you don't want to give up on them, or you don't want to let those people go, and sometimes that's going to be pretty hard. I still have a few I talk to every now and then, but for the most part, no, not really. And even the ones that I talk to every now and then, we don't hang out, we don't chill. If I see them somewhere, we say hi, we say what's up, we catch up. And I ask them if they're doing good. We talk a little bit, but at the end of the day, that's it. Um, and that sucks. But you can't. There's an old saying that you are what you are surrounded by. That may not be how it said it, but you are like the people you are surrounded by is basically it, and that's totally true. If you're around a bunch of people, using and abusing, doing their thing, doing whatever they got to do to, get high, whatever their high is, then that's the kind of person that you're gonna be. I mean, typically, that's just kind of how it works. Your crowd is who you are, and so I mean, you're gonna see a lot of friends go by, but that's okay, because they probably really weren't like that. That's what you guys had in common. That's what made your friendship. Like, even a few of them that I think we could have been friends, in a different life, but not in this one, because too much of it was about bad stuff. Like, if when your whole friendship's based on heroin, you can't really, that's all that friendship really was. I mean, now the friends you had before you were using drugs, you'll probably be able to salvage and things like that. But those ones, at the end of the day, they don't gotta go entirely. But I wouldn't suggest hanging out with them, and that's just because they may not encourage you to use it, but it makes the access even more. It's there, right? I wish my collar was fixed here so my combo looked better, but I'm not gonna care. All right, who cares about appearance? But the shirt is pretty off. You see, like this. Either way, oh well. But at the end of the day, it is unfortunate. You gotta let those people go, okay? And I don't want to beat around the bush. There's not really too much talk about that. But and then another big thing is, you're gonna have to change. Honestly, it's not even really one or two things. You almost have to change your whole life. Like, another aspect that you really have to change is, like, your lifestyle. You're gonna notice, like, even getting on a normal sleep schedule, like, it's gonna benefit you in such a long way in the long run. The thing that makes addiction, like, the thing that'll make it easier and easier, is getting a routine. Like, that's very important. That's why maybe if you're not working, you can hit up meetings, or you can do something. But you gotta do something with your time to make it productive, if possible. Because any time you're sitting around not really feeling useful, not really feel like you're getting your point across, we'll see that when that happens, that may set you back. That may set you back and making, calling up your buddy, asking to chill, and then, one thing leads to another, and you're right back in it. So you really have to, just kind of, as weird as it is, well, here's the biggest thing. You have to relearn how to live life as well. I think that's going to be the hardest thing that you're going to have to deal with is, relearning how to do everything, because honestly it's been so long since you've done it sober that like life is very difficult when you're not. Like your mind was, it depends on your situation. Me personally, I was very deep, right? And what I mean by that is that I was using all the time, just trying to get myself obliterated like way too much every time, no matter what. Like I was just always, I don't know, I just really like, I don't even really know what motivated me to continue doing that for so long and just, honestly waste away, because I don't remember huge sections of it, because I wasn't just using heroin, I was also combining that with Xanax. So, like, I have huge memory blanks. Like, I don't remember a lot actually. So that's another thing is you have to, you have to forgive yourself for your past though. I can't beat myself up about those mistakes that I made or things I did, while I was on drugs, because, you do have to, maybe ask those people for forgiveness that you hurt. That's a good thing. If you remember the people that you need to ask forgiveness for. If you don't, then, you just gotta forgive yourself, because I mean, that I don't care what anyone says, man. When you use heroin long enough, it takes your soul. And what I mean by that is it makes you somebody that you're not. Like, I'm fixing this right now. Or this this boom. Right? Did I do it right? That looks better, I think. Right? Boom. Nah, it's the same problem now. It's on the other side. I give up. Whatever. But I don't know. It's just really important to stress that. Like, I'm not saying that you can't feel bad or you can't hurt and be reminded of those things, because that's the most important thing, is that we learn from this experience, right? We remember all the bad to keep us away from doing it again. So you definitely can't forget that, and you should definitely seek forgiveness to the ones that you hurt if you know you hurt them. And some of them aren't gonna forgive you, but just let them know that you fucked up, and that really wasn't you though. Like deep down, that person that they seen during that period of time, it wasn't who you truly are. Because that's what I mean, is eventually it takes your soul. Because at first it's fun. It really is. I mean, I don't know, maybe it steals it right away, but I feel like at first, it's just like, yeah, whatever, and then before you know it, it's like, this is my life. It's crazy, because like I never, I've already discussed that, but that's why change just really has to be made in all aspects. You have to put basically all that energy that you were putting into getting high into getting sober, if not more, probably more, because like you have to find something that works for you. This isn't really about how to get sober, but it's about, like, once you're really in that mindset, like the steps that need to be made that really keep you away. And I think, you know, going back to family, going back to your roots is another very important thing. Like, you gotta let go of the bad ones, all those bad people. Ask for forgiveness from your friends and family, obviously. And then get back to those family members that you lost. Because, once they see that you're you again, like, they're gonna love you again. They're gonna be so proud and thankful. Like, I can't tell you how my grandparents, and I don't understand why they're so proud of me, right? Like, you shouldn't be proud of someone for not doing drugs, like, in my opinion, right? Like, I'm just doing the right thing. Like, that's not necessarily something to be proud of, and I understand that a lot of people don't beat it. So, like, you do have to be proud to some extent, but not really proud, like, more or less thankful that I was able to. be one of the few that actually made it out alive. Because as we know, it only ends in jails, institutions, and death. But I'm getting a little off topic with that. But that really is true, man. It's the only place you're going. One of those three. That's a fact. And honestly, rehab's better than jail, but jail sucks. And then death is just obviously, we don't want that. So, getting back with your family, like the relationship that I now have with my grandparents is amazing. I didn't really have, I've always kind of had a good one with my grandfather, but, I didn't really have a great one. And now, like, I basically visit him every week, just go down just to see how he's doing. And, they love us coming down there, and, they're really, I mean, I guess, they're really thankful to see that I'm doing well, and actually very proud of me, which is, for me, sounds weird because it's like, all I've really successfully done is stayed away from, using heroin nonstop. So, I mean, is that really an accomplishment? I don't know. I mean, I guess, and like to me, it is for sure because I didn't really think I'd ever stop. To be honest, I kind of thought for sure that's how my life would end. Like, not quite literally, actually. Like, I thought eventually that's how it would go because like I was just living in that line of like barely alive. You know, like I mean every time someone see me like that, it would break their heart because I would just be so gone, like so gone, and just barely breathing. Like it's not even me. It's just a corpse. So that's why getting back to your family is the important thing. So you can remember, who you are. Because when you're around your family, not all of us have a great family life, and I understand that. But if you got that and you can salvage it, get that support. Tell them you need them. Yeah, they're gonna say, oh, what's different, yada yada, and you just gotta prove to them that this time's different because I'm sure you said it before, but eventually it's gonna be different. Like at the end of the day, when we say that, we all really want it to be different this time. I don't care what anyone says. At least that's how I was. I really did, but something would always hold me back. And at the end of the day, the only thing that really stopped me was me. Like choosing not to live that life. Like looking at where I was at and being like, I don't ever want to be here again, dude. I don't ever want to be in jail. I don't ever want to be fucking feeling like that I don't even control myself, that I'm not even. I used to call myself Heroin Hank because I'm not fucking Hank no more. Like, straight up, you know? Even in all my jail letters, I would sign Heroin Hank because I always thought when I got out I was gonna go right back to it. And for some reason I didn't. Not saying I was perfect, but shit, dude, I'm still kicking, and I like think I'm doing all right. Like I'm kind of proud of myself for how far I've made it. And that's all it's about, taking it day by day, each step, one step at a time. Changing your outlook, your mental perspective. That's gonna be the biggest and most fucking biggest point I can make here is really, really changing your mindset on life. Because I bet you before, or even now, wherever you're at, you're not that happy with life. You think that this is all there is, and you don't see any other options. Like somewhere around that ballpark, or at least to some extent. And if you really want that to change, you have to manifest it. You have to believe in yourself that this time it's going to be different. You have to really want it within yourself to prove that you are better than this. You that physical excuse shit, get that the fuck out of here, man. You're more powerful than that. If you wanted to quit, you'd be doing it yesterday, boy, and you know that. All right, so all you have to do is make those key changes and then fight it. Yeah, it's gonna suck, you know, but I bet you if you got someone, I guarantee you there's someone who if you told them, yo, I'm really trying to quit, and you just like be around me for like weeks, it's gonna be fucking hell. Somebody's gonna have your back. Somebody's gonna be down with you for that. You know what I mean? You can do it with your homeboy, or 'cause somebody loves you, man. That's a fact. Somebody out there loves you, bro. Like I know you don't think so right now. To the addicts watching right now who don't see it, it's there. Somebody loves you, man, and somebody wants to see you do better, and we'll be so happy to see you do better, because that's what it's about. We don't want to lose another life. We don't want to lose someone we care about. So you have to change your mental game up. Like for me, I was always a very depressed person, and I always let my moods dictate more or less my choices. Like, so more or less, basically I did drugs because I felt bad, essentially, right? Or I was sad. I just wasn't happy. And then learning, see, for me, I got to experience that because of jail. But, you can definitely experience that on the outside. I didn't because I chose to keep using drugs. But if you take the time to get sober, I think after about 6 months, you can really start to see a clarity. And, like, that's when it's like, you know, because at first I was always like, man, I can't wait to get out and use, man. I can't wait to get out and use, man. I can't wait to get out and use. And then it was like, man, why do I want to come back here? Like, why is this where I want to be? Like, what's wrong with me? Like, and then I really thought about, like, what the fuck is wrong with my head that I'd rather be doing this than living fucking life? Like, what's wrong with me? And then that's what I figured out, and I started clicking and clacking and trying to get all the things to tick in the right way, and then eventually I was like, you know what? I look outside, I see some snow, I see whatever. It ain't that bad, dude. I'm living. I'm still here. I made it another day. Alright? And that's what it's about, making it another day, making that progress, in any way you can, and giving back if you can. Spreading the love, man. Going back to your core, who you are as a person, not who that drug made you. And that is key, my friends. So, with that, this is going to be an ending to another episode of Serious Addictions. I'm still trying to think of maybe a different title for the series, but right now, I think that's what we're sticking with. So if you did enjoy this video, man, or if you got any ideas, feel free to hit me up in the comments or wherever you've seen this. Give me ideas what you want to hear, because I got stories. And I'm basically just pulling topics. Most of these, I'm just trying to think of like what people would want to hear. But if there's something that is near and dear to your heart, man, feel free to PM me and let me know. But I really do appreciate you guys watching this, man. If you watched all the way to the end, please hit that like and please subscribe, man, and follow my socials. I got a Twitter with like 50 followers, man, and that's always in my YouTube description. And then I got Twitch with not many followers either, and that's always in my YouTube description. So please follow my socials, man. Help me out. Share this. Share this. Seriously. Make somebody see this. See someone who you think it might help. Because that's what it's about, is reaching those people and letting them see that there is a way to get out. Because at the end of the day, man, I've said it before, but maybe you haven't seen this video. If you seen me 3 years ago, you would be like, man, there ain't no hope for him. Everything was tried, man. I was a no hope canary. Even I myself thought there was no hope for me. Like, I did everything. I was like, yo. And then just one day, it clicked, and I was like, this ain't the life for me, dog. And that's when it started to change. So, you gotta find what makes it click. What makes purpose in your life. Because once you have that purpose, you won't have a use for that drug. So I'm trying to reach out to you guys, make more connection here, so I don't have the urge to go back, because I got you guys to fulfill that. You know what I mean? It's all about purpose and finding meaning. All right, guys. So with that, if you enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your host was the most, LL Spanky. All right, I kind of stole that, so scratch that. Your host, LL Spanky. All right, guys. Peace.